And we are back to red ball cricket with one of the biggest rivalries, one of the oldest rivalries. India versus England, 5 test matches.
Yep.
Last time we played them, we were 2-1 ahead, then had to go for that last test match
Yeah.
rescheduled. And there was some drama with COVID and everything.
hmm
Anyways, Bazball has come a long way since then. People have started finding faults. Now
Yep.
Bazball is finally making its way into India. How
Yep.
is that gonna go? Akash, let's
I
begin with
think,
India first.
yeah, and we'll get to Bazball because I think that's what's going to be the crippling thing for England. But focusing on India first, I think with India right now, they have on paper a phenomenal team. I think they should be
Yes.
killing killing it. Honestly, actually killing it. And seriously, I know we always talk about whitewashes and sweeps. It's much tougher said than done, but I feel that they can do it. They can do this, and I think. But the issue with India is you're gonna get a draw. Draws are very common, so that's why there's gonna be a lot of draws, and especially if you have one crazy batting innings that can go for
Not just that,
2 days.
even the
Yeah,
venues, right?
yeah,
Because the venues we have the 5 test matches starting in Hyderabad, then Vishakhapatnam. These
yep.
two, you're most likely to get results because the pitch breaks away. The Vishaka will still go 4 days, I think. The pitch still
hmm
holds. Hyderabad, I can't really say for sure. But Ranchi and Rajkot. Rajkot is the third test and Ranchi is the fourth. They are known for very docile pitches. Like the first
Yeah.
2 days, it's just a road. That is advantage England because that's where Bazball really comes into its own. If they can go on docile pitches, score a 450, 500, and then give it back to us to like kind of get back up there, then it becomes a big deal and they
Mm.
can put pressure.
Yep.
And last matches in Dharamshala, which can go either way. I think Dharamshala, there's always something on offer for the
Yeah,
bowlers.
exactly. Let's hope it doesn't, no weather or anything kind of stops it.
Yeah,
So,
something with Dharamshala.
yeah, it's too up north. That's why, and it's just way up there. So there's always some crazy weather. Okay, so batters. Let's kind of go through. Just talk about the batters very briefly and stuff. Okay, Rohit Yashasvi. I think that should really be the
That's the
opening
opening.
combo. Very, very good opening combo, I feel like, for us. It's good to see a big veteran with, you know, literally the future.
Yes.
And honestly, I like because Yashasvi is still very, very young. It's a good sign on India that they're saying, okay, like let's play you against England, which is a big, big, I think, sign of trust they're showing into Yashasvi. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this. I think they're both going to be great, and they should be, you know, getting minimum century partnerships. Minimum, yeah,
Ooh, big statement.
minimum they should be
Okay.
getting a century partnership. So that's if they're not, I think that because their conditions on what they're going to be facing, especially with the spin, is going to be very familiar territory for both of them. They're going to
Yep.
like it. So that's why.
And I think the T20 again, the last T20 against Afghanistan, when Rohit finally got out of his ducks, it just showed that when it's a turning track, if you just give him a little bit of time, he knows how to manipulate the bowler
Yep, yep.
much better than
hmm
most of the players on our team. And we are good players of spin.
Exactly.
Which
Yeah.
brings me to our number three. Are you going to go with Shubman Gill or now with the announcement that KL Rahul is playing as a batsman and not a keeper? Will you promote him up the order and give Gill the freedom at number five or number six?
No, no. I think you play Gill. I think you play Gill. I would love to see Shreyas on this team. But I feel that
Mm,
because of KL's very, very good performances recently, I feel that I honestly think you play KL at five, have Gill
right.
play at three, keep continuing with Grill, show fate, uh, and then you have Virat at four, uh, KL at five, and then six you can play, you know, an all rounder or
Jaddu.
something like that. Yeah,
Yep.
probably Jaddu. Yeah. How do you? I think that's the squad, and I think that's the safe squad. Honestly, that's the safe team that they should be
That is
playing
the safe
for
team.
the first test match. That's the thing.
Yeah. Because honestly, Shreyas against a swinging ball, I don't really trust him, honestly, still. And against the bouncers, South Africa proved it again. He's just not there. He's just not there. So pitches like Rajkot or, Vishakhapatnam, there's bounce and pace there on the first day, first 2 days. So he's going to be a backup. So quickly running through, I think our squad looks quite okay. It's just, so Jadeja comes in at 6, we know that. KS Bharat will probably take over at 7. Dhruv Jurel is a backup as a young under-19 player. Good for him to shadow the team. Very good opportunity. I think Aksar will play over Ashwin, unfortunately. I have this feeling. What do you you don't like that, do you?
That's a knife to the heart, bro. No, because I think, I'm sorry, it's India, it's England. If it was any other opponent, you start playing and start remaking things. No, first game, you need to play Ashwin and Jadeja together. Ashwin and Jadeja have to play together first game, and they have to be bowling in tandem because that's just you just
It's
have
a
to
ritual.
do that. Yeah, it's a ritual. You just have to go with that. Both of them have just proven themselves too many times, and Ashwin is just too dangerous in India. Too dangerous. He can finish a game for you in a couple hours. Okay,
Right.
so honestly, just one spell he can finish. He can change the whole game. So Ashwin has to play. Jaddu has to play. And then I think it's between Aksar and Kuldeep. It depends on what kind of approach that you want to go with.
That is true. That is true. I mean, if you want to go really safe with our batting, you'll probably pick Aksar. Although, let's be honest, his batting has not really paid dividends.
No, you have Ashwin at 8, so it's perfectly fine. You don't need to go crazy with it. Yeah.
I think Pacers are quite safe, huh? It's just going to be Siraj
because I think
Bumrah.
Ashwin at 8 still gives him time to, get set a little bit and maybe make a little bit of a late innings. Yeah. Because Ashwin
and he's
at
very
9,
good playing against tail-enders.
Yeah. Ashwin's at 9, like when he goes 9, 10, anywhere like lower than that, he starts to just. I honestly think his batting form also goes down a lot. When they kind of promote him up the order, when there's pressure on him, he does pretty good. So that's why.
Yep. Honestly, this might be one of the times our keeper comes in at 8 because honestly, he's a much better batter than
Yeah, I agree. I think he. No, I completely agree with that. Honestly, I feel that it's nothing. It's not a surprising move if India decide to do if they decide to put him at 7. Especially if it's spinning and stuff like that. I think he'd be great.
Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of sorted.
Yeah.
And
now Pacers. Okay. Pretty obvious, right? Siraj and Bumrah. That's pretty obvious. I think you have to play Siraj and Bumrah. Just everything is fine. Mukesh Kumar. I think he should really be highly considered to be playing a one. I feel like if the series is, it's all good and you don't have to worry about, future results or anything like that because, they've retained it and everything, then you can go with Mukesh Kumar, I feel like. But
I
if
think
Siraj
he might get a shout in only Dharamshala though, because that's the only place I see where you want more pacers than spinners, conditions wise.
Yep. But I'm saying maybe if it's safe and everything, you're up in the series 2-0 or something like that, maybe you play Mukesh over Siraj.
I don't think we're going to do that unless we are 4-0 up, dude, especially with the World Test Championship points.
True. Yeah, true. Can't be risking it.
Avesh, let's be honest, he's just there for the hell of it. Sorry. I'm really sorry, but...
True. All right, I think this team should do good. But let's get into it. I think this is a huge uphill journey for England, but man, oh god, what are we feeling? Oh, they added Dan Lawrence, bro. To the team.
Guys, for those of you watching, he wasn't there like 10-15 minutes ago when we were just taking an initial look through. And instead of him, it was Harry Brook. So Harry Brook, if you don't know, has pulled out because of a personal reason and he doesn't want to share it, which is fine. Dan Lawrence actually did come to India last tour and got a 50, I think, in one of the innings. Somehow,
Oh my.
despite his, oh my God, that stance and that backflip.
Dan Lawrence is hit. No. For some of the funniest stances, still Sibley. Sibley had a very funny way. 'Cause he would always Sibley.
Yeah.
Who else? It's reminding me of some of the Rory Burns. Yeah.
Oh my God. Rory Burns, I don't know how they didn't throw him out sooner. They thought he's the next Alistair Cook. I'm like, okay.
Oh my God. True. Okay, so with now Dan Lawrence coming in, does he
Doesn't
play?
make a
Because
difference.
does he play? Because I'm thinking about it. I don't think he plays because I think you still
No.
go Crawley Duckett. Those are the
Yes.
two genuine openers.
Yep.
They don't have other openers. I just realized. I don't think Dan Lawrence can open. That's the thing.
No.
I don't think you
They
play
don't
Dan
have
Lawrence.
an.
Oh, they might have to go Bairstow if anything to open, which is I don't think the right like they don't want to
It's
go with
not the
Bairstow.
right decision, but it's their only backup.
Yeah, that's true. So that's a little risky there if there's an injury to one of them or something like that.
Yep.
Because they're also going to be facing hard new ball, everything like that. So I'm just keeping that in mind. And India injuries can happen very quickly. So that's why.
Especially in the field, a lot of foreign players get
Um,
injured while fielding because you can't dive around India. The grounds
true.
are not
Yeah,
very conducive to that.
yeah, exactly. So Crawley and Duckett open. Root at three, then root at three.
Yep.
Root at three. And then you pick Ollie Pope at four, I think. I think this is
Fair.
the place that they'll probably play with. Because if they
Correct.
have Ollie, they can play Ollie Pope at four, you play Dan Lawrence at four. But I think you play Pope, honestly. I
You
think he's a
play
little bit more
Pope
tough.
for his pedigree.
Yeah.
Dan Lawrence,
Um
I don't know. Nah,
uh
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think he was just added last minute also. I don't think they want to throw him straight into it. I think that would be like a very good sign of strength. And so that's
Yeah.
why. They want to show that their squad has been set for some time.
Right.
Okay, so Bairstow at five. Then if we go to Pope at four,
Stokes.
and then Stokes at six. And then
Stokes is going to
Folks.
be interesting.
Folks. I think should Folks has to play. Folks has to play because um, you know, with the pitches there, especially last series that happened England when they came to India, Folks was a very good wicket keeper, and he provided some handy runs also. So
Yes, he
I
did.
think you just continue that. I feel that who cares if the team has three wicket keepers? It's
Oh, that's
something
fine.
different. It's okay. Let he's there just to wicket keep, and I think that's smart.
Correct. And it's good to have extra wicket keepers.
Yep.
Johnny Bairstow is great in the field, so that's fine. Ollie Pope
Yep.
is not really a per se keeper. He's a backup keeper at the best. So,
Yep.
he's playing as a batsman. Bairstow will probably play as a batsman. But
Yep.
luckily, they have that option to switch if Folks is not feeling it or there's an injury.
Yep.
I think that's pretty set.
Yep.
Rehan
Okay.
Ahmed, he's
That's
a
what I was
bowling
just
all
about to
rounder.
ask.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So with Rehan Ahmed, looks like he's just going to be replacement on this as a sub.
I think so.
But also I'm I don't know. This might be a very important series for Ben Stokes because I think Stokes is starting to lose a lot of his touch. And
Yeah, the
especially in
World
Test
Cup was
cricket.
not great.
Yeah, the World Cup has been a very big. This will also be a big battle after the World Cup. After a poor World Cup, so that's why. Let's see what the batters and all rounders can do.
But if
I
you
think
remember, he did end up scoring that big 100 against Netherlands in the last
true,
match when they need to qualify for Champions
true.
Trophy. So
Yeah. So I mean, at that point, it was a must win if they wanted to do Champions, if they wanted to get qualified. So
yep,
he turned up big again. Okay, let's go. Let's go to the bowlers.
you pick.
This one is tricky because there's a lot of new bowlers, and I don't know if they. Um, I think there's a bowling team that's great for England within these bowlers, but you're gonna have to play some experiments. You have to play some experiments on
Yes.
this team. And that's the issue because they don't play spin that very often. Okay. So not really going by the batting order, but Jack
Yep.
Leach 1000% is going to play. They don't have his real. He's the most experienced spinner. So then Jimmy Anderson, if he's fit,
Has to play.
Why would you not play him? He's going to be.
Honestly.
He's still the goat. He's so good. Okay. Then it's I think the other spinner. I think it's between Shoaib Bashir and Tom Hartley. One of them
Yep.
two, depending on whatever kind of conditions
Both newbies, huh?
both newbies. Really don't know honestly what to anticipate. Honestly, I hope it's not like something crazy like what Ajaz Patel did to us. Um,
No, you remember
yeah,
they had one more guy who came
yeah.
for the last tour. The reason I forget his name is because he retired like 2 years later, after his debut. I forget his name, but he took a fifer against us also. He was a leggy, and they put him out of the squad.
I know what the name you're. I'm
Guys, if you
just
remember the
forgetting.
name, drop it in the comments. Drop it in the comments. Let us remember.
Yeah, exactly. From that last series when they came here, yeah, he did good. But okay, so Ollie Robinson or Mark Wood? I think this is the final question, really. Then
Mark Wood,
who are you
any
going
day,
with?
any day of the week.
Yeah, exactly. I think why would you not play Mark Wood? I think he's England's finest like white ball bowler, in my opinion. He's England's
And
finest
he's
white
he's
ball bowler.
express pace.
Exactly. And I feel like it'd be great. But the issue is if these pitches are very slow, he's gonna be ineffective very quickly.
Yep.
So and it's gonna set up at a beautiful height and a great pace for the batters to hit. And this is gonna be easy pickings for
Especially for
Mr. Gill, you mean? Yeah.
Gill with a short arm pull, yes, but you can get
Yep.
still hurry him. But if he tries on a slow Hyderabad wicket to bounce Rohit Sharma,
But
brother, go to
Rohit is
the
gonna. But if Rohit makes a mistake with the pull, which is now happening in test matches, he's
yeah, that's
making
true.
too many mistakes with the pull. That's the thing.
Yeah, and if you remember his big test 100 against these guys when we took 2-1 lead at the Oval, that
Yeah.
100 he kept his pull down. So he can play the pull shot, but when he plays his grounded pull, he does much better. And we need that Rohit Sharma because honestly, by now, he's on 46 centuries now. I feel like he would have had at least 50, 55. In the last 2 years, he's had so many 80s and 90s, but he gets overly aggressive.
Yeah.
But this innings against Afghanistan is 100 in the T20. Once he decided he needed to play through the innings and he's not going to play a rash shot, he did not give a single chance and he was impeccable with the pull shot. Let the bowler bowl a pull shot ball to him rather than hitting every short ball.
Exactly. All right. Okay. I think we'll leave it at that, man. I feel that this is gonna be a tough series for England.
Yes.
I think no way they're winning it. No way. If this would be the greatest embarrassment if they to India if they lost. They have. I think India. All right, let's do this. Midway, where are we thinking? What do you think the score prediction is going to be?
I say 2-0 after the first two test break.
Same, same.
But for India.
Oh yeah, 2-0 to India. Yeah. I'd be very surprised if England could pull off a victory. It'll be very, very tough. I think this is going to be a very The one thing is, I think this is a series that I just hope doesn't like just because they've been hurt so much by the World Cup now, and now with like this something like that. I think it'd be really sad because I'm just seeing you're just seeing the English cricket just kind of just a little bit fading away. Wasn't good.
Yeah.
Wasn't good to see that Bazball's now maybe showing its cracks. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you guys can drop your predictions of the scoreline, for the entire series as well as this. We'd love for it to be like a 3-2 series. That would be amazing. Or like a 2-1,
that'd be
two
great.
draws.
But also like see, yeah, 3-2 series is more entertaining for the fan, but like I just want to win. Like I just want to get this over with. That's the thing.
Yeah. Well, let's leave it at that, shall we?
All right. Okay. We'll catch you in the next one, guys. Bye.